And then we segue into the lovely conversation that happened on the last night of the Hamptons. It was Brynn, Aaron, and Uba. And apparently the conversation is about being an angry black woman.
Right.
I will say that I was actually disappointed by everyone in this conversation except for Aaron.
I was thinking about it cracked me up when the fan wrote in. It was like even Aaron, and Aaron was like even Aaron.
Right. But I think Aaron thought it was shade, but it wasn't shade towards Aaron's personality or how Aaron is. It was basically saying, and Aaron being the white woman in the group is the one that checked her. That is what the commenter was saying. Yeah. And I think on the face of it, she thought like, oh, even Aaron, like, when really it's like, no, because even in the show, I was like, damn, Aaron, okay. Because when Aaron clocked it throughout on the season, I was like, well, maybe I will. Okay, maybe gold star for Aaron. I'm appreciate gold star, and she's wearing a gold dress. Right. But yeah, thoughts.
I just can't believe. I mean, okay, so I know last episode when we talked about this, we talked about forgiveness, and I mentioned I'm a forgiving person, which I stand by. But Uba's level of forgiveness during this part and later on just really kind of gagged me. I think what gags me about it is the way she pops off in the moment about these things, but then for her to be turned around and then
doubles down.
Yeah, and she doubles down. Then she turns around and is empathetic and just I don't know. It just kind of it was like a ping pong, and it kind of threw me off.
Yeah. My other part about this angry black woman conversation, I'm of the firm belief that however the world views you is how you live in the world. And if you don't do the work and the work could be therapy or a lot of self-reflection or to understand that how the world views you really doesn't matter. It's about how you decide to show up in the world and how you would love, how you, the type of person that you would like to be. And I think Brynn took that showing up as a white woman and that's how it ran with it. I think it's all complete projection when she says essentially, don't be the angry black woman because you got that lovely white man in Connecticut. What I hear is you are lucky to have that white man with your dark skin, and the last thing that you need to do is be angry.
Yeah.
Be careful.
Be careful.
And that is one, it's nothing but projection because she was raised by her white side of the family and she just so happens to be white passing. She has probably heard such horrible things about black people from her family and probably has internalized a lot of those things. And on the other side, when it comes to Uba, this was a time that I felt like Uba could have really did a big one for who she represents on that show.
Yeah.
And for her to go the superficial write up, like, I'm hot, like my life is great.
I get everything for free.
Yeah, like sis, I need you to understand that yes, you are a dark skinned woman, and that comes with a myriad of burdens. But you also have an amazing privilege of being so beautiful, being a model, also not being African American. That takes away
the words right out of my mouth,
yeah. So there's a lot of privilege there, and I think we try to find representation in any way that we can get it. And on that show, you are the closest piece of representation for someone like Danielle on that show.
Yeah.
And she dropped the ball when she could have said, listen,
big time.
Like she could have said something along the lines of, listen, I am a beautiful black woman. And at the end of the day, he should be thankful to be with a black queen like me or something like that. Why do you continue to put him on the pedestal like he's a prize as if the way I show up in the world is not? There was just a myriad of ways she could have done that. And it's just, she dropped the ball for me there.
Do you think now riddle me this. Now, do you think that just because of what you just said, do you think that she even knew how to eat up properly now that we're looking back?
Well, that
Do we think that she truly knew? Can we truly say, out of all of the housewives, if we would have put her up against any of the housewives in Atlanta, they would have never let that slide.
put Brynn up against anyone. Yeah, from
Any
Atlanta.
of the Atlanta housewives.
But I think that is kind of piggybacking on her not being African American. And I
Right.
think that is why you will see a lot of people, like a lot of white men or whomever will, yeah, they'll date black, but they'll date someone black that is not from here because they don't have the historical baggage of this
Yes.
country. So,
Unfortunately.
like you said, she may not even have the words or the experience to speak in that
Yeah.
way. Because, like she said, I've had an amazing experience.
Yeah.
Being black.
Right.
So,
yeah, it was super tone deaf, and you can tell she's just tone deaf in general, even with the whole Puerto Rico situation and how she handled that, and all her comments about that. Like, it definitely, she has some work to do, and I think to your point,
what? Was it bicep day? I'm sorry, is it bicep day today in the gym?
It was actually.
It was. I see that. I was looking like, why is that arm shivering? Okay, girl.
Thanks.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yes, this is why I get everything for free too. But but yeah, I mean, you could definitely, to your point, like the lack of experience, as a African American, and just the fact that she has been lucky. She is an attractive black woman. She has lived a certain life that a lot of black women don't get to live. And it has definitely affected her point of view and her outlook, because I can imagine, especially she's from Somalia, right?
Yeah.
You're from a certain country where it's not necessarily people's first vacation destination, but you're in Puerto Rico shitting on this whole country about some water. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Girl.
But isn't that sometimes, because I have to catch myself, isn't that I don't know the word that I want to use, but it's you're not saying this, but Raquel said this, and it kind of like I had a little weird little thing because Raquel said something like, I mean, and you're an immigrant, so immigrants can't have standards.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? It's like,
yeah.
How dare you, because you're from here and you're shitting on this, like, well, that's not my existence now, and I'm able to want better and more for myself. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
No, that was a slight little dig to your country, because Sai also said it. Sai was like, I mean, well, you wouldn't want me to go to Somalia and be like, oh, I don't want to walk on dirt or something like that. So that was a slight dig, because when people portray Africa, they don't portray Seychelles.
I'm curious the response if it were Aaron. I'm curious the response if it was someone like Aaron or Rebecca having that conversation. What would their response be to that, instead of bringing up the fact that Uba is from a country in Africa? Do you get
I think they would just
you should be used to this. You shouldn't have high standards. That's like what I hear when I heard them say that.
No, but that's what they were saying. Essentially, you're from Africa, girl. Like, are you scared? You're scared of a
You're from the wrong side of the tracks. Like,
exactly.
That's the
and if it were Aaron, you have to think about it. If it were Aaron, they would have just played on her being white.
Yeah.
You have white privilege. That's the easiest thing you can say.
Fair. Yeah. That's fair. Brynn's response to the whole thing when she says, no, I was telling you, I don't want you to let my dumb cause you to lose your. Okay, let me help you out, Brynn. How about you just don't do dumb Don't let my dumb cause you to lose your man by how you respond to me. How about you just don't do dumb to me?
Exactly.
I'm so tired of that lady.
Me too.
I'm like really tired of her. And every time she spoke and that little one tear decided to drop down, I was like, girl, we don't believe you, girl. And you're not good.
I really couldn't stand how she was talking over people and fake crying at the same time. Like, it was driving me fucking crazy. Yeah. And then shut the fuck up.
Trying to make a tear come out too. I was like, girl, it's played out. Stop. Ugh. Anyway, the lip gloss was dry. I didn't fucking like it.
No, it was bad. And then also when they were talking about the angry black woman thing, and then she kept saying, I am biracial. And I identify as black. I'm biracial. It was like she said biracial with her chest, but I identify as black. Like it's very light when she was I identify as black. Like it's just it was hard for her to come out, and I'm just like, do you?
Even her saying it the way that she said it is the equivalent to a white person saying, "But I have black friends."
Yeah.
Right. And right, and especially like we all know race is a social construct. Because you don't show up as a black woman in this world, you've never been treated like a black woman in this world.
Never.
So you don't even know what the experience of a black woman is. I kind of ate that.
And you know what's so crazy? Even going back in her pictures, because you know how some biracial children,
let their hair go now.
They let
it puff up.
They let it puff up. They try to do it. Even when they showed like baby pictures of her pictures of her as a child, I was like, oh no, you always look like a little white girl. Very interesting. You never even had the chance. Well, I'm a chocolate chip, so I can't relate at all. But again, I was like, wow, you actually really don't know what that looks like. And again, to your point, when you didn't even grow up with that side of the family, they were not teaching you how to be a black woman. I can tell you that, because how they teach you that.
Right. One part that I would like to bring up about the hot black people comment. Andy asking, oh, do hot black people get things for free? Andy, I've seen you in gay clubs in Harlem, and any hot gay boy that's been with you, they get things for free. So let's be very clear about that. I ain't like that comment. Like, oh, do hot black people get things for free? I ain't like that.
You're also not like a big fan of Andy.
Yeah.
I'm not.
I know, because I felt like it was just sarcasm coming off of Uber's comment.
I thought it was, yeah, I thought it was, but like I said, we could tell. I mean, well, if you don't like him,
I mean, if I need to edit this out so we can get on, be bartenders.
You know what I'm saying?
Like, yeah. Speaking of my goals, guess I just go on by myself. Danielle, we'll just go on ourselves.
Too bad I don't know what name you're gonna use since I trademarked it already, hoes.
Oh shit! Us getting sued to go to BravoCon is crazy. Can you imagine a season this comes?